I slept in today, and so I am running late, but I have to go to the bank and get my cash to unstuff. No, not to unstuff. I have to get my cash to stuff into my binders, my envelopes for my first paycheck of April. So I'm going to do this really quick. I already started filling out my cash planner. And then I realized I should probably just film this and take you along with me today. So what I do, as a reminder, and if you're new, I have take out cash and leave in bank. This is my paycheck budget system. And I make a bunch of notes on here about just things to remember, or well, mostly it's about things to remember. And so what I'm going to do now is I'm going to take this half here, and I'll probably just fold it. I'm going to take this half here and transfer it over onto this cash planner that I made. These are free in my Ko-Fi shop. This one I'm going to upload this weekend. So hopefully by the time you see this, it'll be in there. But this is what I take to the bank. Sometimes I will also transfer it onto one of these, which is my cash breakdown slip, but I might not. Well, I guess I'm going to have time today. So yeah, I'll probably do that. I'm just not sure if I have a clean one to show you on camera, but I'll go through it so you can see what I'm doing. But anyway, first, the most important thing is to get this figured out so I know what denominations I want of all of the line items that I'm going to stuff into my envelopes. So to save a little time, I wrote them all down, and then I started, like I said, I started filling them out, and I was like, let me just put the camera on and I'll take you guys with me. All right, so Canva is going to get 10, and that'll just be one $10 bill. So it's probably pretty small, but I've got the amount here: $100 bill, $50 bill, $20 bill, $10 bill, $5 bill, and $1 bill. So I just put the numbers, however many I need, into those little boxes. All right, gutters, I save, that's a sinking fund. It's going to get 20, so just one $20 bill will be fine. Terminex is $40. We'll get two $20 bills. Holidays, I'm going to do a little extra this time, and so I'm going to give $50 to my December envelope, so like Christmas time and winter solstice. So I'm going to do one $50 bill, and then I have 5 envelopes, actually maybe 6 envelopes in there. In any case, one of them will get a 50 and the rest will get 10s. Usually I do 5s for each of those. So those will all get 10s, so I need 5 10s, and that'll together total $100. Birthdays gets 40, and so I'll just do 2 20s for that. Breaks, I save sinking funds for spring break, fall break, and winter break, and so each of those gets 20, so we'll just need 3 $20 bills. My car and hot tub both get $50, so we can just add a 50 to each of those. Now here's where I left off. So gas gets 140, and I went back to look at my credit card and unstuff that to make sure that that was enough. And it turns out it is. So I'm going to just leave it. I thought I was spending a lot more on gas, but I think I'm just spending a lot more at Costco because I use my Costco credit card. Even if I don't get gas at Costco, it just helps me to track it a little bit more easily. But my bill was like $413. It's just due in a couple days. And I was like, oh my gosh, why is that so expensive? It's because I had to go to the vet for a shot for Clyde, my cat. He is having some like arthritis, and he was kind of limping around a little. So I gave him a shot. Well, you know, the vet gave him a shot. It cost $150, and somehow I put it on my Costco card. I don't know what I was thinking, but that's what that was. So plus I also have my Costco like in-store purchases on there as well. So I separated it all out. Long story short, I don't need more than 140. So because this is a sinking fund, essentially, I'm going to do one $100 bill and 2 20s because I just keep it in my envelope so it doesn't get spent in my account. And then I put it back in the bank once a month. So that's how we do that. Okay. Amazon is going to get 100. Again, same situation. I put everything on Amazon onto my Amazon credit card, which I only use for Amazon. I don't even have the card anymore. It's just saved in my account. So we'll put one $100 bill into that envelope. Prescriptions gets 100. This is another one where I actually thought I would need to increase it, and I forgot to look at that. So we're going to do 20s for this. So it'd be 5 20s. Is that right? For some reason, that just doesn't seem right. Yep, that's right. 5 20s makes 100. My husband gets 420, but let me calculate this out. So he usually gets 2 haircuts a month. That's 60. It's 120. And then 300 is what I was budgeting him for fuel for his car, but I don't feel like he's driving that much. Well, I'm still going to just do, because this was, again, didn't really pre-plan this. I'm going to just do 400. No, I'm going to do 420 because I've already calculated it out. So I'm going to do 420. It's on my budget. I'll revisit this one next month if it turns out that I have extra cash in there. So we can do 50s. We can do, let's see. So if I do 2, 3, if I do 350s, that'd be 650s. And then I'd have 120 to do in 20s, and that would be 6 of them. So let me just add that up again. So we'll do $50 times 6 is 300. And then $20 times 6 is 120 plus 300 is 420. Okay, perfect. All right, vacation is going to get 40 this time, this month. And we'll just do that in 220s. And lawn care is one I needed to add. And we're going to do $50 for lawn care. And that will just get one $50 bill because they bill me at the end of the month. And so I'll just save it. It's going to need more than that. It's going to need, this is like 1 week's worth. But actually, I do have a little buffer from last fall because I didn't do a fall leaf cleanup. I did it myself. So I've got a little buffer in there, but this will have to increase. So I'm going to put a note over here to increase this. And we'll see how much this month costs. And then based on that, I will adjust it accordingly. I'm thinking they were doing $38 a mow last year. My guess is it's gone up. I'm going to just estimate 45 a mow times 4 should be to maybe 180. So we'll see if that's close to what we have to pay. And if it's 38 still, it'd be 152, which I would love. That would be fantastic. So we'll see. All right, then I'm going to take some more cash out. I got paid for one of my side gigs yesterday. I got paid this morning. It's $70, went right into my bank. So I'm going to take that out in a 50 and a 20. I'm going to stuff that into my 100 envelope. So that will, that'll be fine. And then I did determine that I was going to have 63. It's actually 61 based on my paycheck and adding in this extra 50. I actually have $61 sort of left over to balance my budget to a zero based. So instead of leaving it in my account, I'm taking 60 out and I'm going to put it into a special envelope as like just savings so that next month's, or not next month's, my second check of the month towards the end of April, if that is short to pay all the bills, I will have this extra $60 saved. And so that is going to get a 50 and a 10. So that makes sense. All right. So therefore, let's just add these up. So I'm going to get $200 bills, and that should be 200. And then I'm going to get 50s. I'm going to get 1, 2, 3, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, and 12. So 12 50s. And that's 600. Then 20s, I'm going to get 1, 3, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 15, 21, 22, 23, 24. So that's 24 20s. That's 480. 10s, we're going to do 5, 6, and 7. I don't need to do the calculator for that. That's $70. No 5s and no 1s this time. So if I add this up, this is 200 plus 600 plus 480 plus 70, and that is 1350. And let me write this down, 1350. And I think this does not match, but that is because I hadn't added these two in. So if we take out 70 and we take out my extra 60, it's 1220, and then we take out this extra 50 for the lawn care, and I'm at 1770, but this says 1170, but this is 1160. So I'm off $10. And the question is, did I do the math wrong? Did I mark something else wrong? Probably a math question. It's probably a math issue. So I'm going to go back through and I'm going to just double check this, or I may just make sure I have this amount in and I'll just take out the $13.50. If there's a math issue here, I'll catch it when I fill out my breakdown slip, or the teller will catch it also, because I am notorious for doing math wrong. So I think I'm going to leave it here and we're going to be done because I got to get to the bank before they close. And so I will fill out a cash slip, or a cash breakdown slip. And I have to find my April one. It's got cute little umbrellas with raindrops because of April showers. So that is free in my Ko-Fi. If you prefer this one, it's also in my Ko-Fi. So that is what I'm going to do. Also wanted to mention, I did unstuff my groceries. My budget for this week of groceries is $80, but there's only $60 here because I spent $20 on a pizza yesterday. I cleaned a house for 3.5 hours. Didn't leave there till 8:30. So I did my regular job. Then I went to this other job, got out of there at 8:30. I was exhausted. So I was like, it's pizza night. And I had these big plans. I was going to do like, I was going to do a sourdough pizza dough, and I bought all the toppings last, and then I was like, I can't possibly. So this is where it's really important. Just a note for myself and maybe for you as well. If you are not planning your full week and your meals for the whole week really diligently, this is where you can get in trouble with your spending. So I have $60 now for my groceries this week because I unstuffed $20 of my $80 budget for pizza because I put it on the credit card. And I'm being really intentional to take this out because I put it on the card and it was not planned for. I planned to make pizza, or I even thought I could just stop at Aldi and grab a pizza for like $8, but I just didn't want to mess around with baking it. And so I really need to remember and plan this in, that if I'm working on a Friday night, which I almost always do, I need to budget for pizza takeout, or I need to already have a pizza so that I can have my husband get it started, or there's a variety of things, or I just need to like bite the bullet and just go home and cook a pizza. But honestly, I did not want to be eating it like 9:30 at night. So there's another reason. I can justify it all day long, to be honest. But really the point here is I have had to decrease my grocery budget now because I made a choice, and there's a consequence for your choices. There is a good consequence because I had really delicious pizza and I didn't have to work for it. I worked, of course, but I didn't have to bake it or do all the things. So anyway, just another reminder of why we need to do our meal plans. And I will have that for you in a separate video because I also did my meal plan this morning and I'm really pleased with it. So we'll see if I can get it to come in $60 or less for all the ingredients. All right, so that's that. I'm going to head to the bank. I will be back with you later, either later this afternoon or later this weekend with my cash stuffing. It'll seem like just moments away for you. So I'll see you soon. Hey friends, it's time to do some cash stuffing with me. So if you're interested, stick around. I have already been to the bank, as you saw, and I did my cash planner before I left. So I've got all the plans of where I'm stuffing everything, and we've got the cash. So let's take a look. It's already been counted. I'm very confident that they counted it right, but I am going to put it into my cash tray because that just makes it easier. I have a lot of 50s this time. First, actually, let me show you what we're working with. I'm gonna have to organize these. Ooh, these 20s are really crispy. I can tell they won't even like spread. All right, so let me do this way. We'll put the 10s in the front. We have no 5s this time and no singles this time. So that's fine. And wow, these are really new 20s. Usually I love new bills, but Sometimes when I'm like trying to do a count, it's just makes it really hard. So we're gonna add these, and we've got 200s. I'm gonna scooch these back, give them a little space. There we go. All right, so here's our cash for today. And here is our binder that we're using. This is my first check of the month. Actually, I'm gonna scooch this over here so I have a little space. This is my first check of the month, and so we start with Canva, which is gonna get $10. And my Canva bill is a monthly subscription, and it just hit my credit card. I think it was yesterday, actually. So I'm gonna need to unstuff this. Actually, let's see how much is in here. 120, 30. I think it was 120, 119, or maybe 129. Might have been 129. So actually that's perfect. 130. Whatever the amount is, I'm almost 100% sure that I have enough in here, and that's exactly why we cash stuff. Okay, gutters are gonna get 20, and I was gonna do one $20 bill for that. We usually do gutters, I think we do them in the spring and in the fall. So I noticed my gutters were leaking the other day, like they're full of leaves. So I don't know if I'm gonna have to do it, but probably pretty soon. Terminex gets 40, 220s, and I did notice on my bill that I got for my credit card, there is a Terminex charge on there. So I'm gonna unstuff that when I start doing my tracking for my credit card. So that'll happen later. Let's see, holidays are getting 100, and that is gonna be 150, and then 5 10s. So 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. And this is actually gonna go into, I'm putting it in here, but this will go into my holiday binder later on. So we'll do that another day. Birthdays are gonna get 40. Whoops, hold on, we're out of order. Birthdays are gonna get 40, and that'll be 220s. So we'll just drop these into here. And then we'll go, let's see, is vacation? It's at the back. I don't even know why I'm out of order. I'm going based on my cash planner. Okay, so we just did birthdays, breaks. So spring, fall, and winter break each get 20. Let's use the new ones, 20, 40, and 60. So we'll put these in the front so they look cute. So 20 for spring break, 20 for fall break, 20 for winter break. We are off to a good start saving for all of these. And then car repairs gets a $50 bill, as does hot tub. So I'm going to take both of these just to have them ready. So car gets 50, hot tub gets 50. Gas gets 140. I've already unstuffed this to pay the Costco card, but we'll fill it up again for next month. So gas, it gets 100 and 220s. I'll use these newer ones again. So 100 and 220s going into the gas fund for fuel for the car. Amazon gets 100, and that'll just be a $100 bill. I already just paid that as well. Prescriptions, let's see. Oops, I think I took prescriptions out. Oh yeah, that one goes in my wallet. I always use prescriptions go in my wallet. It's gonna get 5 20s. So 20, 40, 60, 80, 100. So these will go in my wallet. Put those aside. And husband gets 420. So there seems to be a little bit of a backlog here in his things. I don't know why I have a whole other month of money here, but I'm going to count it out anyway, and then I will deal with this later, but I'd rather have more than less. So he's gonna get 6 50s and 6 20s to make 420. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and then whoop, I'll count this out. 50, I almost started counting 20s. 51, 52, 53, and then 20, 40, 60, 80, 400, 420. Okay. I think I'm gonna do like I did the last time I stuffed. This is a little concerning that I have so much in here. It might just be that he hasn't been spending out of here, or he's been putting it on a credit card. So I'm gonna have to look into that. I'm gonna clip it and I'm gonna stick it back in here. Okay, so that's husband. Lawn care gets 50, and then I'll just get one $50 bill. Fortunately, we do have a buffer in here. So as you can see, we've got 300, 370 now. So that's perfect to get us right started with the spring mows. And then vacation, where's my vacation binder? It's gonna get 40. I know we saw it in here. It's up at the front, I think. There we go. Vacation will get 40, 20, 40, 60, 70, 80, 90, 100. And that is, oops, wait. Nope, that's right. Yep. Okay. Oh, hold on. What's this? So we have 20, 40, these fresh ones, 20, 40, 60, 80, 100. Oh, 120. Okay, great. And truth be told, I just booked a cruise for my anniversary with my husband. It was very impromptu, very last minute. I got an amazing deal on it. I have more money saved than that's in here. It's in my high yield account. So I transferred that over this morning. I'm so excited. I have not been on a vacation for a very long time, and I thought this would be the perfect opportunity. So we're going in May. We're going to use that. Okay, what's next? So I think I've got all these stuffed. I also, let me put this back over here. So I also took out $70 from a side gig and $60 for the extra pay to hold that for next month. So let's do that. So the next month is going to get a 50 and a 10. So that's this. What I think I'm going to do is I'm going to put that into next month's binder, and I'm just going to tuck it over here. Can you see this? Okay, I'm going to tuck this over here. So and I'll do that little, this one's broken. Okay, we'll do that so I can see 60. So I'll know this one is stuffing for that one. And then 70 for my side gig is 70 right here. And I thought we could stuff this into my 100 envelope savings challenge, because I wanted to do, so I had this plan that I was going to take my side hustle money and turn it into like 1s or 5s or something, and then play my minis with it. But I just feel like right now I just need to put it in here and start converting it to hundreds and make payments on it. I don't know if that's silly or not, but I do have the space in the 50. Actually, you know what? These were paid. I'll just fill this up. Well, okay. So see, now I want to put it into the, now I really do want to put it into minis. No, you know what? I'm going to wait. I'm working today. I'm going to get paid today some more. So I will use that side money for playing my minis. But I already have some allocated for minis, so I think we'll have enough. So this is great. And then I'm going to need to start, look at this. So I got some pretty good savings in here. So I'm going to go through this and then make another payment on my debt very soon. So all in all, not a bad day. I think we're in really good shape. Did a cash stuffing into this lovely purple binder, first of the month, and first check of the month, that is. And I appreciate you being here. So thank you so much. I need to remember to put this into my wallet. So this is my prescription. Actually, you know what? Maybe I'm going to have to do my little note thing here. So this is going to be, because honestly, I'll be like, why do I have that? So I'm going to make a note here. This is prescription. And then while we're here, I'm going to just put a sticky note or a paper clip. Oh, here, I've got an extra one. I got a paper clip here because I'll be adding to this. So this was part of my unstuffing. If you saw my other video, I don't know if I already talked about it today or if that was a different day. I have no idea. In any case, I did unstuff for my Southwest card pizza out of my grocery budget, because I wanted pizza. I think I already talked about that. So anyway, that's this. This will be growing when I unstuff everything else. So Canva and Terminex and all the things. So thanks so much for being here. Appreciate you very much. I'll see you in the next one. Take care.